I ski a lot and spend a lot of time out in the winter in the cold and in the summer out in the sun. And I noticed how much colder my head was getting over a period of years till I noticed I was actually balding. And I always skied without a hat on, and even, when they have, and in the summer to be out in the sun without a hat is kind of nice. So I decided that I wanted to get my hair transplant for practical reasons. And also I think I look better when I have hair on my head than being bald. Hello, my name's Kirk Benson from Park City, Utah.
How did you find the BlueMagic Group for this process?
My nephew, who is 30 years younger than me, had a transplant just a few years ago, and I was surprised at the density, and I checked on different clinics and I chose BlueMagic. They had a good reputation. I also like the fact that they're attached to the hospital. They're JACO certified, which is worldwide certification that's used at hospitals even in the United States. So I thought it would be safe, and I saw the results, and while nothing's guaranteed, I figured it was the place to come.
How did you feel when you first arrived to Turkey for this procedure?
I've flown to Europe on an average of twice a month for several years. So other than having a transfer in the airport in Amsterdam to get to Turkey, it was no problem flying here. I found the driver at the airport, no problem. And Turkish is one of the languages I don't speak, so it's a little different when you're in the operating room and you hear people speaking a language that you don't know exactly what they're communicating. But the translator was very good, and it went well.
How was the consultation with the doctor?
Consultation was very good. He asked all the same questions we ask of our patients in the United States, and he looked at my hair, and it was what I would expect.
Can you tell us what you just did today?
Today they did the consultation. They asked where I would like more density on my hair and what areas. Then we went into the room and they marked all the areas. They shaved my head, and then we went into the room and I lied down. They cleaned my head with a sterile solution, and then they injected lidocaine, which is a local anesthesia to numb your head. It can burn a little bit, and they stick a needle in. It's a little pain, but it's not so bad that you're going to be screaming and yelling. You just take some nice deep breaths and you get through it.
How do you feel after this first wash?
I feel a little bit of stinging on the top of my head, but not pain.
Could you tell us in general about the experience with the BlueMagic Group?
I think the experience in general is very good. From the time I got to the airport, the driver was there. I waited a little while for the car, but once checked into the hotel, everything was right on time every day.
How did the BlueMagic Group team support you during the surgery?
They were just in the room. It was different than in the U.S. because in the U.S. if a patient was having pain or something, the nurse would hold their hand. And here they don't do that. It might be cultural.
What stood out to you most about BlueMagic Group as a clinic?
It's professional. Everybody knew their jobs.
What advice would you give to someone who's unsure about getting the hair transplant?
Get it when you're younger, not when you're older.
How excited are you for the final results?
I'm excited, but it's going to be a year.
What are you most looking forward to?
Having a full head of hair again.
Do you think this hair transplant will affect your life in any way?
I think it'll just make me feel better about myself.
Would you recommend the BlueMagic Group to others considering the hair transplant?
Yes.
What would you say to the team before leaving?
Thank you.